He wrote that in there. What a dick, right? Obviously it's about to be the end, and then he goes, whoa, he's fucking with us, man, yeah. Maybe he even sells it, like he leaves the piano, he goes, ooh, bit of tension, not done yet, mate, yeah. Wow, thanks for coming out, yeah. Maybe he gets his dick out, right? As if that was going to get a big laugh tonight. Do you know, I'm really not sure if Frederick Chopin would have liked this show. A lot of dick jokes. Do you know also famously, he didn't like people explaining his music? That's like a big thing. The piece, the official title is the Nocturne Opus 9 No. 2. That's Latin, it means work 9 No. 2. Not a lot of poetry in the title. His publishers were always going, man, these pieces, why don't we call it like, you know, the Raindrop Prelude or the Revolutionary Etude? He went, no, Opus 9 No. 2, you figure it out. It's a kind of stubbornness that makes me think if he had got a job at Coles, he probably wouldn't have lasted very long either, would he? He's not a man of the people. He only played a few public concerts in his life. He played every night in the salons in Paris. That's a room in a rich person's house full of rich people. It's a very closed shop. You can't get in if you're just a random person on the street. Most people in his time never heard the greatest pianist of their time play the piano. And still to this day, the classical music establishment is a very closed kind of shop. There's not a lot of entry points. If you don't know what it is, you need someone to come in and show you. Like if you go to a classical music concert and you fucking clap at the wrong time, you're fucked, man. People with monocles are off. Ah, how dare you ruin this for me? And that's why I wrote this show, to just demonstrate to people, whoever needs to hear it, that you don't need to be let into some exclusive club to enjoy the beautiful stuff that's out there in the world. Whatever the fuck you want to do, man. You can be fired from 14 jobs in your life, didn't get into the conservatory, do a show about Frederick Chopin to a bunch of people who read about you in the paper, and then do a 5-minute bit about blowjobs at the start of the fucking show, mate. And guess what? You can still fucking play. You can still have the music. It's there for you. Whoever you are, you don't need someone else's permission to go out and enjoy whatever it is that you want to do. I was so scared of like these huge cultural institutions, and you know, I thought it's not for me. I don't know. I'm never going to get it. I went to 2019. I went to the Prado Museum in Madrid. And again, like I was just in Madrid and I was like, I'll go to the museum. They built this fucking thing, whatever. It's probably something in there. But I didn't know that I was going to really get it. And I found this one piece that I loved. It's a small painting, about that big. Francisco de Goya, Spanish painter. Never even heard of him, but I read that he was really good at faces. And then I see the paintings like that. It's just a guy like... But the plaque next to this painting, it says that this guy is Goya's brother-in-law. This is his wife's brother. They were both painters in 19th century Madrid, and they didn't like each other. They had like an art beef, all right? They were like the Tupac and Biggie of, you know, the Madrid art world. Stones and the Beatles. For some of you guys. Drake and Kendrick. They didn't get on, right? And you look back at the painting, after I read that, I looked back and I saw the guy, it's very slightly hunched and like sneering. He looks like a dick. Goya painted him like that on purpose because he didn't like him. In that moment, I understood that art, just because I'm in this big building, it doesn't need to be big stuff about like God or the king or time. Sometimes art is just, oi, fuck this guy. I hated him at Christmas. I hated him at Easter. I hated him so much, I'm going to paint him like a dickhead and put that on the wall of the biggest gallery in our country for 200 years. Fuck you. And I felt that, man. I was like, yeah, dude, I connect with that feeling. So I thought, I've got to go see more Goya stuff. I need to see more from this guy. And I went to a room at the back of the gallery. There's a room full of paintings called the Black Paintings. These are paintings Goya did on the walls of his house. He didn't mean for anyone to see them. He was just, in his inside voice, painting it out on the walls. Very violent stuff, very dark, sexual, disturbing images. And then when he died, people came into his house and they saw the walls and went, And they took these paintings off the walls, they put them in the gallery. The famous one is called Saturn devouring his son. The Roman god, Saturn, so jealous of his children that he ate them one by one. This is the story from mythology. The children were born and he ate them one by one because he was scared that they were going to take his place. That's the story. The painting, by the way, when they copied it across, the guy that they got to copy it said, I'm not copying that one bit. Originally, the guy had a boner, and the guy who copied it, he's like, I'm not copying the boner. So now it's just a smudge. The original painting was a naked old man up like this. He's naked, right? Shrouded in darkness. Boner. Beard. Oh, everything. And he's eating a human body. There's blood and an arm, and his eyes are full of shame and fear, but excitement. And Goya painted that on the walls of his house. And I saw that and I was like, do you know what? I understand why his brother-in-law didn't like it. Imagine coming to this guy's house and there's already tension. You don't get on, and then he answers the door like too cocky, you know, hey man, how are you? Thanks for the ham, what's that, Woolies? You're all good. Bit small. Come on in. Oh, you're looking at that one? That's good, isn't it? That's my new one. Better than yours, yeah. That's a naked old man with a boner eating a human body. I painted that, and I'm fucking your sister. I think about that all the time. Because look, man, I'm not a painter, alright? I'm not even really a pianist. I am a stand-up comedian. This is what I want to do. It's the only thing I've ever wanted to do in my life. It's the only thing I've never been fired from. I've been doing it 14 years this year, and still, after all this time, I have this voice in my head going, you can't do it, you're not good enough, you're never going to get to this place, you'll be able to make money, and why haven't you done it yet? You failed, you fucked up. If you are like me and you struggle with that kind of negative voice in your head, it is so tempting to think, all I need to do is just work really hard and achieve all this great stuff, and then I'll prove to everyone, and I'll show the world, and one day I'll be like Goya, and I'll reach this place. You're never going to be Goya, man. Even Goya wasn't Goya to himself, was he? He was just chasing after someone else off in the distance. I've realised that I'm never going to be Goya. Most of us need to accept that at some point, but maybe we can be Goya's brother-in-law. Who is a hero to me in this story. He is, because he's still a painter. He's not famous. No one really knows who he is, but he sat down every day to paint, right? Like Chopin, you know, that's why you do it. I said Chopin never went home. Of course he did. Every fucking night when he sat down to play the piano. That's why you do it. It's not for all of this stuff off in the distance that you're never going to get, money, fame, respect, whatever. It's just the joy, the privilege, and the blessing of sitting down every day and doing the thing that you love, because life is hard, man. It's sad, it's tragedy, it's not fair. It's so hard to reckon with that, it's not fair. But every now and then when you sit down to do the thing that you love, you do it because sometimes you find one of those moments that makes it all worth it. Maybe you find one, maybe you don't on any given day. Even if you find one, it doesn't matter, you can't hold on to that, it goes away, right? But you get to sit down and try again tomorrow. And the day after that, and the day after that, and the day after that. Thank you.